Some of you know this story. I've told it a lot. And even Billy Graham's son has gotten a hold of this story. And he's been telling this story around now. So I lost it. But it's my story. It's not even my story. There was a pastor in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, whose name was Osgord. This is Norwegian royalty. The better your blood in Norway, the more vowels you have in your name. So here he's got 4 A's. You know, I mean, that's a real achievement. I mean, you get 4 A's in your name. And in Norse mythology, Asgard is the entrance to heaven. So not a bad name for a pastor, you know. And he became president of the old Norwegian Lutheran Church. It was just great. So he was pastor in Eau Claire, and he performed a wedding for a young couple whom he liked the couple and everything was right. And then he saw something go utterly wrong. And the bride finally came to him. She was a beautiful woman, and she was disheveled. I mean, her sorrow was evident. And when she came into his office, he said, "The Lutheran hymnary has a service for somebody like you." And she said, "What's that?" He said, "It's the service of confession and absolution." He didn't give her an alternative. Huh? He didn't challenge her and say, he said, "I have a service for you." And they knelt together. It's just fabulous. And this is what she said. She was a nurse at the hospital in Eau Claire, and she'd had an affair with a doctor. And she'd become pregnant by the doctor. So she went to the doctor and told him, and he arranged with one of his colleagues to abort the fetus. This was 1925. So they met at the hospital in the middle of the night and used the surgery, and he performed the abortion. And because everything was done under strict medical procedure, she came out of it, with no wounds and no lasting physical damage. But of course, the doctor couldn't stand her anymore. And so the relationship broke. He was married anyway, So she confessed to the affair, and she confessed to the abortion. And then she began into a further confession. She said, "When my husband invited me out the first time, I liked him, and I thought I should tell him what happened, but I couldn't. And after we had gone together for a while, I thought I should tell him, but I couldn't. And when he proposed to me, I thought I should tell him, but I couldn't. And before the wedding, I wanted more than anything else to tell him, but I couldn't. And we married, and I thought before we went to bed the first night I should tell him, but I couldn't. And now," she said, "every time he touches me, my skin recoils. I can't stand him. I know I should tell him, but I couldn't." Old Dr. Osgord, a bishop, a true bishop, one of the rarest of all things, stood up And he put his hands on her head and he said the absolution. She stood up and said, "Well, now, I suppose I better go home and tell my husband this story." Dr. Osgood said, "What story? What story?"